Welcome to the City of Quincy Board of License Commissioners meeting on July 18th at 4 p.m. I will read into the record the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and deemed acknowledged and permissible. Sue, can you call the roll?
Yes. Detective Brown.
Present.
Commissioner Castley.
Present.
Director Conley.
Present.
5 minutes.
We have a full board here today, so I will get right to agenda item number 1. Hearing regarding the request of the HouseNet Community Council for a special use permit one-day liquor license for HouseNet Chowder Fest on September 9th from 2 to 6 at the Maritime Center at Bayview Ave, in the Harvest Fest at Brill Field on October 21st from 10 to 4 p.m. David DeBona. Hi, David. Why don't you tell us about these two great events down in HouseNet?
Okay, Chowder Fest, as everybody knows, has been going on for many years. It's one of our biggest events that we try to raise money to help with a bunch of other events that we give to back to the community. It's a great way for the residents of HouseNet and Quincy to show up, enjoy themselves, have some chowder, pick their favorite chowder, and enjoy the music. The other event, which is the one that we've added to, is the Brofield Harvest Fest. And the reason why I want to ask for the liquor license, or not liquor, sorry, beer and wine license again this year, because last year, the event was so impressive that people showed up with picnic blankets and just sat on that field for hours on end, just watching, relaxing, eating the hamburgers and hot dogs that we were making for them, and just having a beer or two and just enjoying the day with no screens in front of their younger kids.
Great. Thank you. And so there'll be a truck or?
At the Chowder Fest, it's going to be the same as it always has, a cooler. Everybody that's serving the beer and wine will be tip certified. Just like always, we're going to have at least 4 to 6 people checking IDs, and then another booth taking the money to purchase the bill of tickets.
Great, thank you. Does anyone here have any questions, concerns regarding HouseNet Community Council for a special use permit one-day beer and wine for Chowder Fest and Harvest Fest at Brill Field? Seeing none, making a motion.
Make the motion to grant the request of the HouseNet Community Council for a special use permit, one-day liquor license for the HouseNet Chowder Fest on September 9th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Maritime Center on Bayview Ave, and the Harvest Fest at Brill Field on October 21st from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. You're all set.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Agenda item number 2, here regarding the request of Harbor One Bank, 1 Chestnut Place, for a one-day liquor license for a client event on July 24th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. John Mulcahy. Hi, John. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good,
afternoon,
thank you.
everyone. Afternoon. We're doing a client appreciation event at the bank. The bank will be closed. There'll be no access to the public. They'll have to use the outside ATM. The inside ATM will be shut down. 30 high net worth clients just coming for client appreciation. Liberty Tavern will be providing the food and beer and wine. It'll only be a 2-hour event.
Great, thank you. Any questions, concerns regarding Harbor One Bank for a 2-hour event on July 24th? Seeing none, board members, any questions, concerns?
Make the motion to grant the request of Harbor One Bank, 1 Chestnut Place, for a one-day liquor license for a client event on July 24th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Second.
Thank you all very much.
Okay, thanks. Agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request of Quincy Economic Development Corp. for a series of special use permits, one-day beer and wine licenses for Kilroy Square Market in Kilroy Square. The one-day licenses are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, July 27th through October 27th. Thursdays, Saturdays will conclude on August 10th and August 26th, respectfully, Tim Cahill. Hi, Tim. How are you? Why don't you tell us about
Yeah,
your event?
this is an extension. The chamber asked for a 30-day license, which we haven't gone through yet, but we will at some point. And this is an extension to our economic development arm to get another 30 days, which is more than what we will need, but that'll cover us for the rest of the year. We've had some rain dates. I expect we'll have some more, based on the way the summer's going. So we won't exceed those numbers, but this will get us through and make sure that if we do, even if we do get every single date in, we'll still have, we'll go over that limit that this brings us to. And it's gone very well so far, no complaints, no issues. We had a great event for the Free Jacks that was part of the beer garden last week that the city participated in and sponsored. So far it's been very good. It usually gets quiet on Thursdays when I think when we get through the cornhole tournament, they're gonna stop Thursday nights, and then Saturdays kind of die out in the fall. But Friday stays strong, so that's the plan right now. We'll have, and if we need, they go a little bit longer because the weather cooperates, we'll still have plenty of days.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Anyone with any questions regarding Quincy Economic Development Corp. for special use permits for beer and wine at Kilroy Square Markets? Seeing none. Board members, any questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll go for a motion.
Make a motion to grant the request of the Quincy Economic Development Corp. for a series of special use permits, one-day beer and wine licenses for the Kilroy Square Markets at Kilroy Square. The one-day licenses are for Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, July 27th through October 27th. Thursdays and Saturdays will conclude on August 10th and August 26th, respectively.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
All set, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with the rain dates.
Yep. Yeah.
Next is agenda item number 4, here regarding the request of recovered souls for a special use permit for a social gathering and walk at 9:30 a.m. on September 24th at Pageant Field. The walk will begin and end at Pageant Field. Tina Cahill. Hi Tina, why don't you tell us about your event?
So September is National Recovery Month, and we are hoping to host a walk at, starting at Pageant Field. Probably do a 3-mile loop, go down Furnace Brook around Quincy Shore Drive and end up at Pageant Field. And have, substance-free, a couple of vendors like ice cream truck, some refreshments, a little bit of music, and start around 9 o'clock, probably walk at 10, might take about an hour. And then just have some music and some entertainment and refreshments at the end for people who are in recovery so that they can have a day to kind of celebrate their recovery, and also some acknowledgement for people in the industry and people who are, in the treatment field, and also have a kind of a moment of reflection for people who are struggling with addiction as well. So I think, no road closures or anything like that. I think we maybe will need police detail to help cross at maybe 2 places on the route. But we don't suspect a huge number either, being the first time we're going to do that. So that's where we're at with that. I don't know if you have any questions.
Great, thank you. Any questions regarding recovered souls for a special use permit for a social gathering and walk on September 24th at 9:30 a.m.? Seeing none, board members?
Yeah, I'd just like to say, if you want to get Sergeant Fades in the back here, if you do need our assistance, we always help. It sounds like you're going to do that general loop that is always used, so he's back there if you want to get in touch with him, or you can give me a call at some point, we'll pass on the information.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
And then whenever you find out what the ice cream truck is, just let us know.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned.
Do we have some that are, like, I'll talk to you. after.
Yeah, we can chat.
Okay.
Okay, looking for a motion.
Make the motion to grant the request of Recovered Souls for a special use permit for a social gathering and walk at 9:30 a.m. on September 24th at Pageant Field. The walk will begin and end at Pageant Field.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Good luck.
Agenda item number 5. Here regarding the request of the Wollaston Hill Neighborhood Association for a special use permit one-day liquor license for their annual Saturdays in the Park event in Safford Park on September 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. The event will run from 2 to 7 p.m. and include food, drinks, and live music. Walter Hughley. Hi, Walter. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Good. Why don't you tell us about your
Sure.
Thank
So we're going to run a similar thing that we did past years. The only difference is we'll be running it in September instead of August, and from 2 to 7 because it gets darker earlier as the year goes past. So the event is at Safford Park, which is situated on Beale Street. We put a porta potty in place. We have bands playing up near the steps on the other side of the park. Pearl and Lime and the Townsend crew are going to handle the beverage program, and Tom Anacone from Greg's Cafe is handling the food. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. We haven't nailed down all the artists yet. We're still kind of scheduling which bands are going to be on which locations. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'd like to ask, anybody here have any questions regarding the Wollaston Hill Neighborhood Association for a special use one-day liquor license for their annual Saturdays in the Park event at Safford Park in September? Seeing no questions, concerns, board members, any questions, concerns? No. Looking for a motion.
Make the motion to request the
Wollaston.
the permit of the Wallaston Hill Neighborhood Association for a special use permit, one-day liquor license for their annual Saturdays in the Park events at Safford Park on September 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. The events will run from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. and include food, drinks, and live music.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good luck, Walter. Next is agenda item number 6, here regarding the request of the Quincy Youth Hockey for a one-day beer and wine license for a day for Jill fundraising event at 60 Murphy Memorial Drive. The event will run from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on August 12th. John McNeil. Hi, John, how are you?
Good.
Good, thank you. Why don't you tell us about the event?
Sure. So the event is basically a memorial for recent passing. So one of our former hockey players passed away at the young age of 32 from cancer. Her family works at the rink, and so they're throwing a family-centric event at the arena, which will focus on fundraiser through the hockey side with a game on the ice, adults, and then a family event following in the parking lot. And that event they want to serve, beer and wine and have food trucks. The idea is to have, food and beer trucks come in and provide all the services. And they're currently working with them. We can get you the names once it's certified, once it's locked in. But most of them wanted to know that we had the approval before we
Sure.
move forward. So,
Great.
yeah, so that's basically it. And any funds raised will go towards a scholarship in Jill's names.
Excellent. Anyone have any questions, concerns regarding Quincy Youth Hockey for a one-day beer and wine for a day for Jill fundraising? Seeing none, board members, any questions, concerns? No. This is on motion.
Make the motion to grant the request of Quincy Youth Hockey for a one-day beer and wine license for a day for Jill fundraising event at 60 Murphy Memorial Drive. The event will run from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on August 12th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All
Very
set,
much.
Sean.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Next is agenda item number 7. Here regarding the request of the Rural Lodge for the Freemasons for the common victular license for their premise located at 20 Greenleaf Street. Rob Hugh. Hi, Rob. Why don't you tell us about what your plans are for the Freemasons at 20 Greenleaf Street?
Yeah, so We're in 20 Greenleaf after the fire at 1170 Hancock Street. We've been in the building for about 4 years now. And we were notified a couple months ago from the health board that we were missing some of our requirements for primarily the purpose of serving food to our members during our monthly meeting nights. And so we just obviously want to make sure that we are in good standing with the city, and want to make sure to go through the process and check all the boxes. So,
Okay, thank you. Anyone here have any questions regarding the Rural Lodge of Freemasons for a common victular license for the premise located at 20 Greenleaf Street? Seeing none, board members, any questions, concerns?
I have,
Yes,
Madam Chair. Hi, Rob, how you doing?
good, how are you?
Good, thanks. So I have a note here from our fire prevention office. I guess we haven't been through there for an inspection in a little while.
Okay.
So if you could just reach out to our fire prevention office and set that up with them, they could probably get it done within a couple of days.
Happy to do so.
Thank you.
And then once you're ready to have everything up and going, just notify our office. That way an inspector can come out and take a look at the kitchen one last
I've already
time.
been in touch with one of the members of one of the inspectors. Again, he was the one who notified us, and so we're working with them to go through, get to that process, get that second process. So, perfect.
Looking for a motion.
Make the motion to grant the request of the Rural Lodge of Freemasons for a common victular license for the premise located at 20 Greenleaf Street.
Second?
All in favor?
All right,
Aye.
thanks so much.
We're going to go right to agenda item number 9 there. Here regarding the request of 51 Copeland Street LLC for lodging home license for the premise located at 4951 Copeland Street and 5357 Copeland Street due to a change of ownership of the existing lodging home. Jeff Gershman, sorry.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Why don't you tell us what your plans are there? and-
Yeah, sure. So those two homes, I think they should be well known to some folks in the community. They were two large sober homes for men. They have it's two buildings with two lodging home licenses. So we purchased them end of May, and they're slated, after a slight renovation, they're slated to become mixed gender, low threshold housing under a state contract for helping folks get into some kind of housing. It's a very generous contract, so we'll have security there. And it'll be 3 couples. In the small house, it'll be 3 couples, 8 women, and the bigger house, it'll be 22 men. So it's a slight step down from the number of men that were there. A big step down from the number of men that were there before, because the sober homes were usually doubling up the rooms. We're doing single occupancy, except for the 3 couples rooms. As you know, some folks stay on the street due to codependent relationships with couples, and they'll only go somewhere if they can go with their partner. So we thought it'd be a pretty interesting ability to give them that opportunity. It'll be master leased through Square Medical Group, where I'm the CEO, and we've been in the community for going on 15 years. We actually have been, one of our companies manages a licensed lodging home in Quincy at 210 Arlington Street for many years, and I think we've been a responsible member of the community. And we have a mental health clinic down in Weymouth where we see a lot of Quincy members too. So the state thought it'd be an interesting combination that maybe we could provide some good structured services. So there's actually not going to be any treatment there. It's really just structured housing with some nice security. We're going to put $300,000 towards renovations, so get the property up to nice standard. So we're asking for the license to be transferred. That's the story.
Okay, thank you. Anyone Here, have any questions, concerns with 51 Copeland Street LLC for lodging home licenses for the premise located at 4951 Copeland Street and 53 to 57 Copeland Street due to a change of ownership? If you don't mind just stepping aside, the counselor is here and would like to speak. Thank you. Counselor.
James Devine, Ward 4 City Councilor on 117 Cross Street. I'd just like to make it publicly noted that the new owners, please work with us because a lot of these houses do become problems, but they're something that we really need. They're important for people. So I'm very happy, looking forward to this, but just I hope you can stay working with us because it's a busy street and it sounds like you're putting money into it, so I'm looking forward to this. But that's it.
Thank you, Counselor.
Thanks, Councilor.
And anyone else have any questions or concerns? Seeing none, board members?
I just have a
Yes,
quick
Chief,
question.
of
Madam
course.
Chair.
Please.
Jeff, how you doing?
Hi.
Jeff, just at your earliest convenience, want to reach out to our fire prevention office. That location is up for an inspection. I think the last time we were over there, I think was the last quarter of last year.
Yeah,
So they'll be able to set something up and take a walk through probably.
yeah, right. I know the lodging home, they go up yearly, right? You guys are in there yearly. We'll send a note. We've cleared the buildings out as of a couple weeks ago, so we started renovations. We're planning the smaller building. We want to start bringing women and couples in September, and then the larger building goes up for renovation, and that one won't be taking residents until probably December with the way things are going. We want to spruce up bathrooms, but I know, I know those are going to be, they're going to have a lot of folks in there, so
Yeah,
for sure. But the license passed last time they were in there.
I think that the last time for the license renewal was, it says, I have a note here, nobody was available back in March.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, that doesn't.
So just reach out. I think that they go through quarterly, if I'm not mistaken, but you might be right, it might be annually, but either way.
If it's anything like 210 Arlington, it's the same lodging home license.
Yeah.
Fire, health, and building are in there once a year. So we have the same crew, maintenance, that are familiar with the system.
I got you.
Quincy doing it here, so,
They'll be able to get over there pretty quick, I suspect, so,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, and to answer, we are obviously I imagine most of the folks coming here, we want to take them from the community. It's easier for us to work with them when they're in the community, the resources are here, so we're trying to create kind of we're not interested in taking people from across the state, because I just don't, there's plenty of homeless issues here
Right.
that we can deal with here, so. it'll be-
I just have a quick question.
Yep.
How will you be maintaining the trash? Will you have trash barrels or dumpster?
No, dumpster. Yeah.
Dumpster?
Yeah,
Okay.
commercial dumpster.
So
Yeah.
just
Weekly.
as obvious, there's a rodent issue
Yes.
everywhere in the state, and we just want to make sure that the dumpsters are baited monthly.
Baited.
Yeah. Pest control
We-
company.
We usually have, our other properties have Terminex contracts. They come out once a month and just take care of it.
Yeah.
But it has been bad this year. Some of my properties have gotten, mice that, it's weird. I don't know if it's the water that's like raising the water table. What's going on this year?
No freeze, I don't know.
My rodent bills are.
Okay, any other questions, concerns? Seeing none, looking for a motion.
Make the motion to request at 51 Copeland Street LLC for lodging home licenses for the premises located at 4951 Copeland Street and 53 to 57 Copeland Street. Due to a change in ownership, these existing lodging homes contingent on the inspection of the fire and an occupancy by the building department.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is agenda item number 10. Hearing regarding the request of 99 Corp. for business at Short Transit, Yellow Cab, and Mass Quality Ride for a Motor 2 Hackney livery and garage repair license for the premise located at 4254 Water Street, formerly Freddie's Auto Sales and Services. Attorney Ed Fleming, how are you?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm doing well. Thank you, members of the board. For the record, my name is Edward Fleming. I'm here on behalf of a number of different companies. As you saw, Nana Corp. Is the applicant for the Motor 2 and garage repair license. South Shore Transit and Yellow Cab are applying for the Hackney licenses, while Mass Quality Ride is applying for the livery license. These businesses are all operated by Abby Nana, who's here with me today. And as you know, Abby has operated in the city of Quincy since 1995, where he's held licenses for these businesses, Mass Quality Ride, a newer company that he's operated from this facility as well. After this property at 42 Water Street has sat on the market for a number of years, as you probably all are very familiar, and there were efforts, I think, to redevelop the site in a number of different ways. Abby was approached for use for his taxi operation and the continued operation of a garage in that particular location. It made all the sense in the world. It's a perfect site for him. He's operated right now from 8 Des Moines over in near the shipyard. That site is really not well suited for him. He has greater needs for a larger size site. So Abby has placed that property under agreement. His goal in moving forward with this is to actually make significant repairs, not only to the building, but to the site as well. I shared with you a plan. What we did is we retained a surveyor to do a kind of a general survey parking plan, and then we retained a landscape architect to do a plan for the landscaping of the property. And as you can see in the landscaping plan, that will be, the site will be repaved, it will be, a new parking lot will be created, and it will be beautified by the addition of landscaping plantings all around the edge of the site. We concentrated specifically in the rear of the site where there are budding residential neighbors to make sure that there's a very thick buffer of new landscaping in the back of the site as well. But Abby's going to continue to work on that as he gets in. The plans may be modified to some level as far as the parking layout is concerned and some of the final landscaping, but it will mimic those plans pretty closely. The goal is to really beautify the site to make it a better and more attractive property for not only the folks that drive by that site every day, but the folks that live near there as well. Abby will operate the taxi businesses from that location, so he'll have his employees on site. He indicated to me that although there's about 36 or spaces shown, that most of the taxi drivers now take their cabs home with them. So there will really only be parking most likely for extra cabs that he has, and also for vehicles that he chooses to sell, used car vehicles that he chooses to sell, and also for customers for the garage. So we don't anticipate there's going to be any overflow of parking at that location. Again, it'll be somewhere between 38 to 50 spaces, but I don't believe that he'll ever utilize those. I'm not sure his final numbers would be, but most people take their cabs home. So that's our presentation. Abby can certainly talk about hours of operation and things of that nature if those questions need to be answered as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to give anyone here an opportunity to speak regarding Nana Corp. Doing business as Shore Transit, Yellow Cab, Mass Quality Ride for a Motor 2, Hackney Livery and Garage Repair License for the location at 4254 Water Street, formerly Freddie's Auto Sales and Service. Anyone have any questions, concerns? Seeing none. Board members, any questions, concerns? I'd like to take an opportunity to just say that you're right, that area needs some life.
It does.
Right there, and I'm sure with this plan, it's going to look so much nicer than it does right now. And for that, we appreciate it. You're keeping your business here in the city of Quincy, Abby, after all these years, and looking for a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to grant the request of Nana Corporation doing business as Short Transit, Yellow Cab, and Mass Quality Ride for Motor 2, Hackney, Livery, and garage repair license for the premise located at 42 to 54 Water Street, formerly Freddie Auto Sales.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
You're all set. Thank you. And we're going to go back to agenda item number 8, here regarding the request of Casper Food and Pastries for a common victual license for the premise located at 23 Copeland Street. Proposed manager Fatai Tufan. Proposed hours of operation 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Why don't you tell us about your plans there at 23 Copeland Street?
It's gonna be a Mediterranean cuisine, which is gonna cover like the food from like Mediterranean part, which is I'm from Morocco, so the Moroccan side, which is Mediterranean, and the Lebanese side, which my husband's from, will cover the Middle East food. So that's a combination between the two kitchens. We decided to be there, so it's like very nice diversity in Quincy, and for that location, for us to be close between Boston and South Shore, which covers most of my customers around there. I'm doing the business for 7 years, doing the farmers market, and then lately we decided to have our location, and we choose Quincy to be our like focus part to start our business from there.
Great, thank you. Anyone have any questions regarding Casper Food and Pastries at 23 Copeland Street? Seeing no concerns from anybody, please, board members.
Quick question, any idea when you plan on opening the business?
We planned it on September, so everything's went well. So we're still doing some cleaning, some light renovation for the inside. So everything's went well, so we'll be open in September.
Okay. One of my inspectors in the back will grab you and provide you some more information. We just want to make sure we inspect the kitchen and
Sure.
the business before you open as well.
Sure, no problem.
Great, thank you.
It's
Yes,
a similar thing on our end, Fadia. If you just reach out to our fire prevention office before you open, and they'll go through and do an inspection for you, all right?
Okay, yeah,
Thank
I
you.
will.
looking for motion.
I'd like to make the motion to grant the request of Casper Food and Pastries for a common victual license for the premise located at 23 Copeland Street. Proposed hours of operation 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. You're all set.
Thank you.
Good luck. And agenda item number 11 has been continued until August hearing at the request of the applicant Go Puff. In other business, we have a scheduling conflict, so we will be rescheduling the August hearing from August 15th to August 22nd, 2023. And also the request of the Friends of Ruth Gordon Amphitheater added the following rain dates to their previously scheduled Friday nights: July 22nd, 29th, August 13th, August 27th, and September 9th. These are all been approved by the Parks Department, and with the board's blessing, they can use those rain dates as well. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And the date of the 2023 August Moon Festival is August 20th. We're looking for a motion to accept the minutes from the June 20th meeting and waive the reading.
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And our next hearing will be August 22nd. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank
Second.
you.